Welcome to the GuthrieAmerica podcast. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, where we sit down with amazing people who do life in our community and who are from here. We believe every story should be told. I'm your host, Heady Coleman. Today I'm sitting down with Santon Jones. Before we jump into this conversation with Santon, would you please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast, YouTube, all the things, socials, all of that. It would mean the world to me. Santon, how you doing today?
Doing great.
Good, man. Good to see you back in Oklahoma for a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bouncing back between California and Oklahoma.
Yes.
What's the differences like? Is there some obvious difference, like you in Oklahoma versus when you're in California, outside of the mountains and all that stuff?
I was ready to say I can actually see my destination in Oklahoma.
That's good. People wise, like, is there a big difference between the people?
There is a culture shock.
Okay.
Guess where I'm at? I'm in Central Coast.
Okay.
There is more Asians,
All right.
and Hispanics, where here in Oklahoma you don't see as many. But it's, other than that, it's just regular everyday life. Just
Gotcha.
But that's pretty much all there is. It's just a culture shock.
Yeah. Now, would it be beneficial for you to be bilingual? Is it on that level?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
If it wasn't for our traffic control, I'd probably be like,
okay.
let me get these Google earbuds in that can translate for
me. you would need those type of resources. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I would imagine that it would be a place where you almost would have to be bilingual, especially in the workforce, in the industry that you're in, right?
Yes.
Is it primarily Spanish-speaking people, or is there a good...
Spanish is pretty much, even when you go eat at a restaurant, the menus is in Spanish sometimes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a real culture shock when you get there.
For sure.
You don't see McDonald's and Burger Kings and Chick-fil-A's and all that stuff on every corner. It's
is it more Spanish culture?
It got more
restaurants?
Asian.
Okay.
You have more Hispanic. You have more of your different variety of foods to eat there.
And not so much of the American stuff that we...
Correct.
Got you. What have you found that you enjoy the most about? I mean, there's probably something about it that you probably enjoy more so than Oklahoma. Is there anything?
Well, to be true, the air quality.
Okay.
I don't have allergy problems in California. The weather is definitely nice.
Okay.
Where I'm at is probably 73 is hot.
Oh, wow.
Like really hot.
Yeah.
And if you get above 73, it's a heat wave.
What's cold? Like, does it get cold?
Well, so California, the weather over there close to the coast where I'm at, it gets maybe 73, 75, and then at nighttime it's going to be 40.
Okay.
That's like all year long.
Okay.
Until the wintertime, then wintertime is probably going to be about 60, but it still gets down to like 30, 40.
Yeah. So you got to keep a jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because when you're walking out and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
windy
in
and
the
cold.
evening. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when people... I lived in Florida for a little while, and you go there and you learn, like, oh, they got seasons where it gets a little nippy, especially the closer to the water you get.
Yes.
Where, growing up, I just thought, like, it's always summertime in these states. And you like, oh, wait, no, this ain't true. Were you shocked by that when you first went? Or had you already been prepared for that?
No. When I first went, my first rodeo or first trip there was in Oakland. And I left here, Oklahoma, and we was in regular clothes. When we get off the airplane at the airport, I'm like, holy mess, it's cold out here. I'm like, it was really cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only thing, because we got off at nighttime. So
Gotcha.
So yes, it's really cold in California if you're not used to that cold air coming off the water like that.
Yeah. Now you do. I call it line work. Is that the right way to say
Yes.
it? Now earlier we were talking the pre-podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, there's always like a pre-podcast that we wish we would have recorded for the most part. But then there's some things you say before the pre-podcast, you like I can't record that. But you talked about being underground. So you have underground lines and then above ground lines.
Correct.
You said you prefer to do the underground.
Yes.
Like what's the difference? Like explain that to me.
Okay, well, the overhead lines is everything that you see,
Right.
and then your underground is what goes to the, like, it's just all cable that's underground. It's just, to me, just working on them is just more manageable. Whereas
Gotcha.
the overhead stuff, it's easy as well. It's just that you have a lot more stuff to do.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little bit more because I would imagine having to get up in the air where if it's underground, it's not quite the same. Having to go up and down or
So you say that.
okay.
When I first started doing line work, I was reading meters for OG&E, and then I was just fresh. I was always up in there lifting weights, working out, still playing basketball. And they asked, "Who's that up there lifting that heavy weights up there?" And they said, "That's Bones." And they say, "Have you ever thought about being a lineman?" And I said, "Oh no, that's not for me." And it's like, why? I said, "I'm scared of heights. If I can't jump that high, I don't need to be that high." And
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that because I don't like heights at all.
yeah, so they took me to school and said, "Hey, just go to this school, OSU OKC, and just try it out and see if it's for you." So I went. They taught me how to climb a pole, overcame my fear of climbing the pole, and now here I am.
Now, in California, do they have any above line? Because there's some places that only do underline, and they have less problems when it comes to weather, like power outages and things like that. Am I making that up, or is that true?
Well, I don't want to speak out of line on it
Okay.
because, as a lot of power utilities, it costs more, whichever way it goes. But underground, it doesn't really save that much time because everything that feeds underground is overhead.
Okay.
So either way,
In some way.
Yes.
Okay.
So either way it goes, overhead gets put back up a lot faster than underground because underground is tedious work. You got to find the problem. Once you find the problem, you have to dig up the problem. Once you dig up the problem, you got to fix it. Then you cover it back up. Whereas overhead, you can see the problem.
Right. Right. Yeah. I guess that's true. That's
so
true.
it has its pluses and it has its minuses, but underground is more user friendly for the public because they don't have to see it.
Right.
Anything, but the overhead is probably what gets turned on the fastest.
Gotcha.
Because it's easier seen and diagnosed faster.
Gotcha. Now, how'd you get into this type of work?
Like I said, when it was me just reading meters and just finally got to the point to where it's like, okay. And when I went and started doing it and I got actually onto the line work, I was like, oh man, yeah, I can see myself doing this. It was that adrenaline got you to going and got you to going. And it goes from one step to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. And then finally you get to the point to where you're like, man, I can't believe I really done that. It's heavy. It's hard work. It's tedious work, the things that you go through to do it, but it's worth it.
Yeah, that's cool. And you've been doing it for how long now?
So I started at OG in 01 reading meters. I read meters for 3 years. So 04.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started in 04?
Yeah.
Doing line work.
Doing
But you
line
were
work.
in the industry. Like meter work is the same company doing the line work, right?
No.
Oh, it's two different.
So before they got the smart meters, they used to have dial meters. And I was one of the guys that would go from yard to yard reading people's
Got you.
bills.
Yes.
And then so that's where I was at. And then as I moved from there to fieldman, and then from fieldman to lineman.
Gotcha.
And then from lineman to troubleshooter.
But I'm saying, is that the same company? Is that OG&E doing the? You were
Yes.
doing all of that within OG&E?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you've been in the industries per se since 01.
Correct.
Yeah. No, that's a long. You know, you kind of old school because people don't keep jobs like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that shows you that you kind of in the little older generation because people now they be jumping jobs like every 4 or 5 years, man.
I used to. I was that guy, but you know when you out of college, you don't know where you're going.
Right.
A lot of us athletes, all we know is when we go to college, I'm going to the league.
Yeah,
that's all you know.
Yeah,
I mean, school. I'm only doing school because I'm playing sports.
Yes.
And once you get out on your own, you got to really figure it out. And it got to the point to where it's either your family or you keep trying to play basketball. So
yeah,
that's how I found my career job.
When you were a kid, what were you dreaming of? Was it which sport? Because you play multiple sports. Like when you were a kid, what did you envision yourself doing as an adult? Was it playing sports and which one?
It was basketball.
Okay.
I was I'm still am. I'm a diehard Larry Bird and Reggie Miller fan. So we would always go outside, play basketball, all of us. Even when we was playing football, you remember Jamel Holloway?
Yeah.
Played for the Sooners.
Yeah.
So
quarterback.
You go out there and everybody, you playing basketball or you playing football, whenever you make a pass, you'll say, Jamel Holloway. Or if you get ready to make a shot, Larry Bird. So
you just always saw yourself as someday being
a basketball player, or that person, someone calling my name out when they get ready to
that's
do something.
cool.
But didn't quite make it that far, but maybe my kids do it.
Yeah. So growing up in Guthrie, what were some of your favorite schools?
Well,
which school was your favorite and which teacher was your favorite?
Well, teacher, I don't remember my first grade teacher, but I used to like it over there at Central.
Okay.
Because me, James Owens, would go to this one little merry-go-round, and we would you can scoot that leg and get everybody on there and get that sucker going really fast. And Philip Boyles, and we'll just get to scooting that sucker really fast. So I like Central, Banner. All my youngest, Cotterill.
Yeah.
And Mr. Collier, I remember, or I think that was his name, the principal.
Yeah. I can't remember. That name's come up several times with people whenever I do these. But I don't remember was that at Cotterill?
Yeah, that was at the one on the west side.
Yeah,
that was at Cotterill.
I don't know if I remember any of my principals until maybe junior high. Like I remember Mr. Quinn and then Mr. Kenny when I got in high school. But I'm like, I don't know if I remember any of my principals when I was a kid. From when I was a kid,
Collier, because I got a paddling from him.
Okay.
I am never.
These things probably would have helped. Okay.
Yeah, and then junior high, Mr. Kennedy and Miss Hinton.
Miss Hinton. Yeah, I remember Miss Hinton. Yeah. So I remember her as a drama teacher in high school. Wait.
Yeah, she was a drama teacher.
She was a drama teacher in high school. Was that after she was the principal or before?
Yes, that was after.
That was after. Okay.
High school was. Mr. Kennedy came to high school principal.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy became high school principal.
He's a principal now, or was a principal. You know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
Mr. Ball?
No, because I see him at the football games still to this day, and I'll say hi to him. That's what happens when you get old. Your brain starts.
I can't remember. Was he a principal in high school or junior high?
It was in high school. He was our principal at high school.
Oh. Sykes.
There you go.
Mr.
Earl
Sykes.
Sykes.
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Sykes. Yeah. So whenever you got into high school, when did you start playing sports? Like what sports did you play when you were younger?
Well, my mom made sure she told me I was going to play every sport.
Oh.
So I played.
What was the philosophy behind that?
Because she just wanted me to figure out what I was going to be bad or good in, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. But I had to play every sport. So I played soccer. Which I ended up making the all-city team when I was in soccer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember Curtis Ford.
I remember Curtis Ford. Yeah,
Me and him both was on the same. We made that all-star team. Oh, and Roshan, my cousin Roshan Bohannon.
Yeah.
He made that team as well. We went and represented our league, and we played in Moore. So I did that in soccer.
What year did you stop playing soccer?
I probably didn't play no more. After
that?
Yeah, I only did that in Little League.
Okay.
I remember my soccer team was the Mighty Mites.
The Mighty Mites. Who came up with that name, the Mighty Mites? Actually, it sounds pretty cool, especially for kids. Mighty Mites. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then let's see. After that soccer, I played baseball, and I actually really played. Brendan Bagwell, me and him played baseball. I think me and him played on the same baseball team all the way through junior high.
Okay. You and Brandon were the same.
Yeah, we were the same class. Me and him graduated together.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, we did. Remember Sean Love?
I remember Sean Love, yeah.
We played on that. It was the Cardinals.
Okay.
That was our baseball team.
Okay. When y'all before junior high.
Yeah,
it
was before junior. It was Little League, and then junior high, baseball. So it was baseball. I didn't start football to junior. Sixth grade. I played football in the sixth grade.
Okay.
That's when I started playing football, and that was with the Dolphins.
Okay. I remember the Dolphins. I think Hersey Hammond was on the Dolphins.
William Nelson's dad was our coach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Was that James' thing? No.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, yeah. And so, which one of those was your, like, at that time, did you have a favorite, or you just like playing all of them? Well, what about basketball? When did you start playing basketball?
Basketball, I started that in me in third, fourth grade.
Okay. Was there leagues for that?
Yeah, Guthrie used to have their own league.
Did they really?
For Little League matter of fact, for every sport.
Well, I didn't know about basketball. I felt like we didn't, because now the YMCA does it.
Yeah, well, we didn't have a YMCA.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So I didn't know, and I didn't play basketball, and so I didn't know if there was leagues or what. So there was leagues, for basketball. Okay, and you were hooping in those.
Yeah,
like at that time, which one did you feel like you were probably were better at?
Basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, basketball for sure. I thought I was, just because I fit in with, it was me, Roland, Jeremy Hazelwood.
And
I
had him on the podcast. Yeah. So again, y'all were younger than me. But Jeremy, I can't remember which year he left.
I don't remember what year he left, but I used to. Their parents used to pick us up and take us to basketball games all the time. We go to either his house or Zach Herzl's house. So yeah, it's
you would think he graduated and everything from Guthrie. He's just a diehard. He loved Guthrie.
I want to say he was with us in junior high.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say it was his freshman year or right before his freshman year. I can't remember.
Okay,
but I can't remember where he went. But
he went to Putnam City, I think.
Putnam City. I was about to say
it was either Putnam City or Shawnee, but I think it was Putnam City.
Yeah, I felt like it was close enough to where he was still coming back and forth. Yeah. I didn't remember because he was younger than me. He was in y'all's class, whatever. But yeah, no. Whenever I talked to him though, he definitely loves Guthrie, and he loves you all, like his class, and
he comes. He is our class.
Yeah.
I mean, not to brag on class of '95, but man, we all stick together.
Yeah. No, I definitely. I'm not saying y'all the best class. '92 is definitely the best class, but Bernadette. I mean, since I'm marrying Bernie, makes me see like you all on a different level of like for the long, like you all don't have a reunion every year. Like you all think you all have a class reunion every year, class of '95.
Oh yeah,
because she's like, okay, my classmates is coming this year, and so getting ready for all y'all to come in town or whatever. I'm like, y'all don't have class reunions every year, but '95 think y'all do. Y'all think y'all have a class reunion every year. No, you all are definitely tight. Yeah. What did that come? Why do you think that is?
Well, to be truthfully honest with you, I think because we all grew up together. It was never like if someone moved in, they was just like part of it. But like I said, for the most part, the core group of 95, we all grew up together. Like I remember everybody from
I mean, from the beginning.
Yes, it's like when I look at my kindergarten pictures, they post up on Facebook every now and again, and I'll be like, man, Nathan Covington or Christina Winters, or you know what I mean? And it's just crazy because we all the stages of life. We all grew up together. We graduated together, and I don't know. There's probably a lot of people that can say the same thing, but
no, for sure.
But that's just how we were, and then we was probably all raised by everybody's parents.
Right. Yeah. I thought also too, like, I feel like most of y'all were athletes. I feel like there was that connection as well. Like when I hear about y'all talking, there's a lot about athletics, and not saying that all, but I feel like that's a good part of it.
So we grew up competing against each other in Little League to playing with each other when we got in grade school or in middle school and high school and all this. And it was just like, I'll never forget, it was Momo, Willis, and James Blue. They was always on the same team, and they were the biggest in our class. And the toughest and the meanest. And then it was me, Keontae, Brandon Bagwell. Brandon probably played. No, Brandon Bagwell, because Brandon was the quarterback, and Keontae and I were the receivers. And then when Brandon quit playing football, then that's when Keontae became the quarterback, and I was the receiver. And then I got hurt, and then Keontae became receiver, which Keontae could play at any position.
Yeah. What was the first sport you stopped playing?
Baseball.
What grade
soccer.
was that?
Soccer.
Was soccer. But I wasn't even counting soccer.
But baseball was the first sport that I quit playing, and that was my freshman year. I didn't get to play my freshman year. I played through middle school, but then I didn't play my freshman year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you didn't play baseball your freshman year. Was done with it.
Yeah.
But you think that's the sport you probably should have kept playing?
That's the sport I should have kept playing. Yeah. If I would have listened to Mr. Young when he told me in the 7th grade, I would have definitely quit playing football as my first sport.
Yeah.
But I didn't listen. Hard head makes a soft behind.
Yeah. Did you play football all the way through yours?
No. Now football was the second sport I quit playing. And that was my freshman year. I don't know. Remember that tackle drill where you lay on the ground?
You jump up.
Yeah, and me and James Owens was running at it. It was our turn up, and then next thing you know, boom, laid out, dislocated shoulder.
Was that your freshman year?
That was my freshman year. Yeah, and after
but you came back.
Yeah, I did come back.
Yeah, I was about to say you came back because I remember
my sophomore year I came back. And
so your freshman year, maybe you were just on the sidelines.
No, so my freshman year when it happened, I want to say the season was over with. We were still practicing because y'all season was still going.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I remember you being there with us. Yeah, you, Edward.
Yeah.
James Owens.
Yeah.
I think James Owens.
Keontae.
Yeah, there were several of you all. Yeah, I remember that coming at the end of this year because we went into the playoffs. So you all came and practiced with us and all that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now tell me, you graduated high school. Wait. Tell me this. You all stated.
Yes.
Yeah, and so my wife Bernie. Mm-hmm. We just got through having a conversation about who all stated first.
Yes.
Was that a thing for all of you all, or like your class was like, that's who's gonna all state first, or how did that come about?
I don't know when it started. Maybe it started post high school. I don't know, but it was just trying to figure out who all stated first. And we didn't quite understand when like cross country was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And now softball's at the beginning of the year. And then, but it could have been golf because I don't know when golf season is.
Oh, yeah. I think golf is at the end of the year.
Is that the end of the year?
I think golf is
and then
in the spring.
And then so it was.
So you got football. Did any of y'all all say football?
No, not in our class, anyways. That I'm aware of. But Keontae could have.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but
Yeah.
but he could have.
Yeah.
But
Did Willis all state? Willis did not all state. Okay.
no, Willis was football and basketball. I want to say he played baseball too, but I don't think he played in high school.
Yeah.
I don't,
Did Keontae play baseball?
Keontae played baseball. He played in high school also. He was more of a pinch runner.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
Did he play through high school? Did he play through a senior
I know
year?
he played when he was in high school, but I
Okay.
don't know how long he played because I
Gotcha.
didn't.
Yeah,
But I know he was. He did play, and he was stealing bases or whatever. He tells us the story based off his story. Just
based off his story, this is how it went down.
Yeah.
He was kind of like Demo because didn't he run track?
yeah.
So he had to be like Damon, whereas like Damon was playing baseball, but he was also running track.
Yeah.
And so,
But I don't think he did it like Demo though.
okay.
I want to say he probably did it before because when we were seniors, all he did was play. Well, all I knew he did was run track when we were seniors because he was our 100 and our 4x100. He was our fastest.
Oh, so he's probably with y'all though.
Yeah, he was really our fastest runner.
Yeah.
In our class and when
Sprint, as far as sprint, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because you was a mid distance runner.
middle distance runner, correct?
Did you do the mile or it was 800 your longest?
800 was my longest. He
Okay.
asked me to run the mile. I don't know what it was, but the 800 hurt, so I knew the mile probably hurt too.
The 800 hurt. So you definitely knew the mile was going to hurt. He was like,
Yeah.
the workouts would have been different and everything.
Oh
So-
yeah, it would have been.
So you did the in track, you did the 800, 2-mile relay. Were you on the 4x? Did y'all have a fast 4x400?
We did have
A mile
one.
relay?
Yeah, I did the mile relay too, and I was on the open 800,
Okay.
and I would also high jump and long jump for points.
Okay. Got you. Just
Yeah.
because you points as far as winning state overall. Yeah. Did who was on y'all's mile relay?
The mile relay was me. Who? That was a good. You touched another one. But it was me, Keontae, Brian Reed, and my senior year, Jeremy Cleek.
Okay.
Jeremy Cleek, which he all stated too, in the mile or 2 mile, one of them.
Okay.
But we lost conference the first time in can't tell you how many years now because Guthrie always won.
Yeah, we
conference
always won conference
in track.
Yeah.
And it came down to the mile relay.
Oh man,
forget-
who was it? John Marshall,
No, Bishop McGinnis.
Bishop.
Oh man, it come down to the mile relay. We got the lead. We was running, and everybody know Brian Reed. But man, he was our 200 guy, but he had to fill in and run that quarter for us because we was needing a quarter guy, and he was running the last leg, and he gave it everything he got. I mean, you've been in track where you see people running, look like they're running as hard as they can, but they in slow motion.
Oh, I've been there before.
And him and the Bishop McGinnis guy was just like right there, neck and neck. I mean, they was just crawling. and he got him right there at the end. I was like, oh man, but that was our first time losing that conference.
Oh my goodness. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was but it was a good run though. I mean, it was a good run.
Yeah.
As far as us going in track, Brian was our 200 guy, him and James. They were our 200 guys, Keontae and Tamaris Bryson. They were our 100/200 guys. And then you had, remember McCowie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he ran that, he ran the what do you call it? The mile, not the mile, but the 4x100. He was on the 4x100.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
You had him and Kevin Patman.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah. So, but we definitely didn't have the strong runners like they had before us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like my freshman year watching y'all run, man, it was even field.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And the hurdles. Good Lord. I was like, field was fast.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a strong hurdle runner, which I wouldn't have never thought.
I wouldn't have either.
But Coach Charter had a way of like figuring out who he could get out there.
Yes, he did.
And you know, just getting people to believe in themselves to do some stuff that they probably normally wouldn't, because I never would have thought of Phil as a hurdler. But Phil was surprising too. Like Phil also wrestled. I would have never saw him as a wrestler. Yeah,
I didn't know Phil wrestled.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he wrestled. Yeah, so I think Pop may have had a little bit of influence on that. But yeah, Phil wrestled. Like I wouldn't have never got out there and wrestle, but Phil did it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he did. He did. Actually, he was pretty decent at it.
Oh, wow.
You know, and so yeah, so it was good. So what other, like high school, outside of sports, what else were you into when you were in like high school growing up?
Oh, outside of sports.
You say sports was it. What else was?
I mean, when you say that, I really didn't.
Yeah.
Cause that's all it was like after high school. I mean, like after we got out of class and go home, it was if you in the house, you cleaning or you
yeah.
So you go outside, you go find something to do. I would go to I just go everywhere. I like David Countess and Patrick Countess. I would go to the Countesses and jump on the trampoline and play basketball.
Oh wow.
Or bikes. I would ride bikes, and we used to think we was BMX riders and build ramps and try to jump off of them. Other than that, we was always trying to figure out playing toss-up football, or we get this. Is it a 5-gallon barrel? The one. Remember when we used to have the trash cans?
Oh yeah.
The barrels that we used to have.
Yeah.
So we would set that up.
They used to be like for the trash can.
That was for the trash can, but we
yeah.
would set it up on the edge of the road, but you couldn't go to it, and we would play basketball, and you would have to shoot into that barrel.
Oh, okay.
And that's what we would play. It's like we was making up games to play.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah, so it was always sports, everything. Other than church.
Yeah. What was it like as a kid, like the blue courts? So you talk about playing basketball, going around in the community, doing different stuff. Like for you as a young kid, watching these athletes at the blue courts and things like that, like were there some lessons learned from you with that? Is that kind of where you got your ball skills from? Is being able to play with them?
So watching them play at the blue court was like you wanted to go. Because it was like they wasn't like they were friends, they were buddies, but you couldn't tell it.
Yeah, right.
You couldn't tell it
because like, do they like each other? What's going on?
Yeah, and it was, that's what brought out a lot of us, my generation, come up because we would like go watch Lamar Black or Russell Wakefield or Poe Dixon or Larry Chandler, Mike Parker, Elwin Patton. Patton. I mean, no, we just go watch these guys and go play, and then you wanted your shot, but they wouldn't let you on.
Yeah.
So it made you want it even more because it's like, you can't tell me I can't do this. So it made you want to do more.
Right.
But you had to be, because they were bigger, they were stronger. So you had to figure something else out.
Yeah.
And Russell had a way. Him and Lamar Black had a way with that basketball that made you want to just like figure out how they do it. So you learn how to dribble because Russell could handle that daggone basketball.
Yeah.
But you figure out how to dribble, pass, shoot, and them two did it really well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You know, Russell, I remember like, man, there would be nights like you'd just hear somebody like coming up the street with a basket, and he'd just be walking around Temple just dribbling that ball. Yeah. Right. And I think he may have been like one of the first people that I saw like, oh, he's a diehard, right? Some of us just was like, we were just athletic.
Yeah.
But Russell was athletic, but also he was putting in like incredible work as far as always having a basketball with him, always dribbling. Didn't matter where he was at. That was his thing. You knew that was his thing. I don't even think he played any other sport.
You know what?
No, I think he only played basketball. Like he wasn't even trying to play anything else. He knew what he wanted to do.
But I just know that's what with him, and it's like we started doing that, dribbling up and down. I would stay on Pine. What's the street that the school is on? I think it's Crooks Drive.
Yep, the high school.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I would dribble my basketball from Pine in my string shoes.
Up to
Wentz or Crooks Drive.
Yeah.
And then I would dribble back in those string shoes. And then you'd be walking through the school in those string shoes. Me, Lamar Allison. There's several of us that would do it.
Yeah.
Those, you remember those little shoes with the platform on the bottom?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's something we talk about all the time. It's like, man, we used to do stuff without being
told. Yeah. Like nobody was, you didn't have we talking about strength and conditioning code. You didn't have anybody trying to tell you these things. You just kind of
just did it.
Yeah. You just trying to figure it out. Yeah. So, no, that's good. Which basketball court was your favorite to play on? So the blue courts, Lions Park, or the junior high?
Oh, I'm gonna say Favor since you didn't bring that one up.
Okay,
because Favor was the closest to my house. But that was the other one. Favor was another good one. But if you was to say, I would say Lions Court because that was the goal, that one goal that everybody could dunk on.
So that was like that was the thing to be able to
go to Lions Court and go play over there at Lions Court. But we had some good times at all those courts, even at Highland Park before they took the goals down at Highland Park. That was fun playing over there at Highland Park. Mineral Wells, when we would play over there at Mineral Wells, that was mosquitoes would carry you away.
Mosquitoes were brutal in Mineral Wells Park. Still brutal. Now I don't know if they're as bad anymore. Man, they used to be brutal. Now they got that nice basketball court over in Mineral Wells.
They got a nice court over there now?
You ain't been over there?
I haven't.
Yeah. Is it one of the Thunder courts? Is that who did that? Yeah, it's really nice. Got a gate, got stadium seats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. But it's not the same. Like, that's where most people play at now. But I remember growing up, like, you would find people at several different courts, right? You could drive around and you'd be like, okay, is everybody at Lions? Is everybody at Blue Courts?
Yeah.
Favor? Like, and there be people everywhere. But, it just, when I moved back together, I remember one night when I really recognized, like, it was different. It's like, I was driving down Division and there was no kids out.
Oh.
It was like, where in the world are the kids? Like a Friday night, Saturday night, the streets is packed with kids or kids riding bikes or going to the different courts and finding your friends. Like, it's nothing like that.
Well, you remember Barnaby's?
Oh, yeah.
And Allen Powell?
Yeah.
We used to ride to the candy store. Yeah. We had a reason to be out.
You don't have those candy, or just the Conoco across from the temple.
Too, or the F&H. Well, it ain't called F&H. It was always called the Little Store.
Oh, little store.
That's what my grandparents would always say. Hey,
really?
Need you to ride that bike over and get some milk at the little store.
What was the big store?
I have Safeway.
I never heard it called this. Yeah, but the F&H. I was on the west side. I lived on the west side during the F&H era, so we didn't come over as much for that. But F&H. Yeah, man, it's just it's just different, which is not a bad thing. It's just different.
Well, another thing that's different about Guthrie when I come home is like I come home for 89ers, and it used to just like I would park in my uncle's house, which my Uncle Robert's house now, but my Uncle Ronnie stay there now. And you can just walk before you get to the 89ers park, you done had about 10 meals.
Oh yeah. No, it ain't like yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
It's not like that anymore. It is not like that. Yeah. So I have kids. Mm-hmm. And whenever I'm trying to explain to them, like when I try to tell them about the temple having hundreds of people hanging out at the temple.
Yes.
They be like, "What? Y'all was just hanging out?" We were just hanging out at the temple with your music up, and everybody had different. You just walk up and down, talk to everybody. They just can't even imagine that.
Yeah. That's what you was waiting to get to the temple.
Yeah, you was waiting to get to the temple. Some people started out was there all day waiting for the nighttime to come. Because you just didn't. I guess you didn't have video games. You didn't have Snapchat. You didn't have those kind of things that could potentially keep you in the house.
We didn't have. I see. Well, we had I think it was Apple. That was pretty much, or what was? We didn't have computers.
Oh
really.
No, we had Macintosh.
That's what it was.
But you had to have some cash to have Macintosh back then.
So yeah, we
didn't
really
have cell
have
phones until later.
Yeah, till later.
Yeah,
my first cell phone was actually when I got to UCO. That's when I got my first cell phone.
Okay. So did you end up going to UCO out of high school?
No, I went to Seminole Jr College for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I went to UCO and ran track up there with Coach Parent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Seminole, were you supposed to play basketball? Or
I played basketball at Seminole for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went to, like I said, went to Seminole, UCO after that.
What was it like going from high school to college ball?
Well, when I was in high school, I was quicker than everybody. As you know, I was quick and I can make good passes. I was quick. Every now and again, I would have to shoot. I didn't have to shoot much because you had good shooters around me. But when I went to college, everybody was bigger and as quick as me.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey, we need to put some weight on you. I mean, I graduated high school 120. I was 120 pounds.
Wow.
So I get to college, my college playing weight's 145. I'm still smaller than everybody. Yeah. But, it's, it lets you know who you are as a person. You can either run from it or you can just man up. So, it was a good experience for me. I mean, I'm glad the route that I did. I mean, it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, but the things that I was there are some good life lessons that I learned.
Did you ever get to play?
I got to play a little bit.
Some of the games?
With the 2 injuries that I had, I didn't get to play much, but
yeah.
I mean, I got to play some.
Yeah.
I got to play alongside some really good players. Some players that was more or less say enemies when we was in high school.
Oh, okay.
That was one lesson that I learned. You compete against these guys when you in high school, but when you get to college, you never know. You might be playing alongside these same guys that you had this issue with when you was in high school. So that was another lesson that I learned.
Yeah.
I'm really good friends with them now. I mean, I wasn't enemies with them then. We was just on opposite teams.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Going in at 120 and everybody else much bigger than you, that just still speaks to you being willing to put in the work and fight through the adversity of that, which is cool. And I guess it just speaks to your love for you had a real love for basketball.
Oh, I did.
Where you brought it to your children, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, talk to me about being a father and then trying to, I don't know, how did that happen? Did they just end up falling in love with basketball too? Or how was your influence in that?
So my second oldest, Summer, I was still calling myself trying to play or chase basketball. I was like, oh, I'm still good enough to go play basketball. I'm still good enough to go play basketball. So I was playing in all these money tournaments and all this other type stuff and just playing ball, and she was in the car seat and sitting on the sideline while I was still playing ball. That's how much I loved the game basketball.
Yeah.
So she just grew up, started playing basketball, and as soon as she picked it up, it was my mentality was like, hey, don't touch this ball unless you really want to play.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. This is serious here. So they picked it up and they got serious, and it was different with girls, trying to teach them how to play.
Like what were some of those differences for you? Like just the physicality of it, or? Well,
being a man and having daughters, the testosterone to estrogen.
Okay.
Like a coach can yell at me and I'm gonna work harder. Whereas if you yell at a girl, they're gonna shut down.
Yeah. Right.
So it was me trying to figure out. We had some moments where, I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest dad or the greatest coach. I mean, we've all been there. But she had one of the purest shots that, if it wasn't for me learning how to shoot, I couldn't have passed that along.
Gotcha.
So she had one of the purest shots, and then my last one, Chrislyn, she had one of the purest shots, and then my middle one, she had the handles. But I couldn't really teach her how to shoot as well because she's left-handed and I'm not. So when she learned how to shoot, she was shooting footwork of a right person, right hand, right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was, but the challenges were good. All of them went to college and played basketball. One played Division I. One went to junior college. Felt like it wasn't for her anymore. And then I had one that went to play at Seminole. As a matter of fact, two of them went to my alma mater and both played at Seminole. So, yeah, they did really good. They had some good college careers. One's in nursing now, and the other one's doing some therapy work at here in Oklahoma. And then I got one working as a delivery driver right now. So, and then I have my oldest. She has her own little baking, catering business. So Are
they all in Oklahoma?
Yeah, they all here in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got my newest one.
Yeah. Hey, what is that like? Like, because how old, if you don't mind, how old were you when you found out she's about to have the newest one?
Newest one. So
she's 2.
I was 46. Yeah, 46, 45, right in there.
Yeah.
So she's 2 now.
What was that like? Like to know that she's about to have a...
Well, at first it was just like, nah, you just playing with me. And then every day, tummy kept getting bigger, and I said, I can't believe this. This is gonna happen, really? Yeah. And then the next thing you know, it was just like, when she come, I was like, did I just start all over? This really me? But yeah, but now she's like, she's not, just like the rest of them. She's my world.
Yeah, right. I mean, you don't have any boys, so I guess I can't say like, what is the difference? Maybe I can ask it this way: like, what do you think the difference is raising girls versus boys? Like, when you've had all girls, what are some of the keys to the girl dads out there? Give us some keys to be the best dads possible as a girl dad.
Oh, I don't even know if I know that, to be truthfully honest with you, because being a girl dad is tough because my kids used to tell me this. They say, "Dad, you're bipolar."
Oh.
And I said, "Bipolar?" He said, "Yeah, you bipolar." And I said, "Well, I got 5 kids. Well, 4 kids at the time. And I have to have a personality for each one of them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make you bipolar?"
I never thought about it that way. Like, you got to have a different personality to raise each one of them.
Each one of them.
They are all different.
Yes.
And you can't treat them. That would be wrong of you as a parent to treat every child as though they're the same.
Yes.
Right? And so you got to be willing to like maybe I have to talk crazy to one son, but one son I never have to talk crazy
Yes.
to, because that's not what they need to be motivated or to do the right thing. And then my daughter is like, she's the princess, and so it's just, it's all different. I remember my first time recognizing like the difference between the girls and the girl and the boy. So I've had two sons and then I have a daughter. One day I wake up my daughter at 6. She was 6, waking her up, go to first grade, go to school. And she just starts crying. When I'm waking her up, getting her ready for school, she just starts crying. And she looks at me and says, "Dad, you don't understand. You're not a girl." And that's when I knew. I was like, "Oh, girls are different." Like, 'cause she didn't have no reason in the world to be crying. But cool, at the same time, though, as a 6-year-old, she knew the difference. Like, this is something about me being a girl. And my dad doesn't understand. And I mean, ever since that point, I never woke her up again. Like, Bernadette just did it for me. I was like, I can't handle that.
Yeah.
But you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, it's different. It's really different because, like, with me, when they having issues, they don't like to really come talk to dad about them.
Right.
But as dad, you have to pay attention to your kids to understand if they are going through something that you don't.
Right. You're not aware of.
Yeah. So, and then the thing is, you can't bring it up to them because they just shut down even more. So you have to be patient enough to wait for them to talk to you about it. And when they do, don't say I told you so. You just listen as if, okay, here it is, and well, maybe if you try this or if you try that, but it's definitely harder on me because I never really got to use my testosterone. I always had to hone everything in. Like, you can't be a man because you got nothing but girls.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it humbled me. It really did humble me having all girls. Gave me a different perspective to what girls go through.
Yeah.
Then again, it could have just been God's gift to telling me, you say, "Hey, I'm gonna humble you so that you can be the perfect man that you need to be to come see me."
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. So I just take it one day at a time with them, and it's still a struggle every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Now, one of the things you said is like with the younger kid, you recognize you got more patience.
I do.
Yeah.
I do a lot more patience. I mean, crying don't bother me as much anymore.
Okay.
Because I understand why they cry now. Back then, it was just like, why are you crying? You got everything you need right here.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah.
But now it's just like, she tired. Or, she hungry. Mm-hmm. Or she just whining. She'll get over it.
Yeah. No, the patience is definitely something you get as because my older boys are always talking about. One, it's my daughter, but at the same time, they's like, she just gets away with more. So I'm like, well, by now I'm like, I understand. Like, this is the end of the world. This is something that she's just gonna go through for a little season. Where with you, I thought maybe I needed to help you get through something. Where now it's like, no, I can see like she's working through some stuff, or
okay,
or he's working through stuff or whatever.
So here's one thing though that I was doing with the girls was every time I bought something, it always had to be equal. Because with girls, it's always, with my girls, well, why did she get this and I didn't?
Right.
So it didn't matter though, to be truthfully honest with you. I can buy them all three the same.
Yeah.
But they wanted what each other got. So it might be the same way with boys. I don't know because I don't have any. But with the girls, that's how I was with mine. It was always
right.
To this day. Well, why did you do this for her? You didn't do it for me.
You say to this day. Yeah. So if you take one out on a date, you got to take them all out on the date.
All out on the date.
Yeah. No, I think one, my oldest son, the age gap. So, we didn't have to do that because what you're buying one for the older, Zell and Kenneth, like the age gap. And then my daughter, was a girl. So, they weren't expecting this. So I didn't have to experience. But I get that, though. I can see if my sons were around the same age. Because they're both gamers. So if you bought one a PlayStation, you probably have to buy them both the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I could see that happening if they would have been around the same age. But because, I have a favorite child, and I can get away with it because my daughter's my favorite child. Like, and I tell them, like, who my favorite child is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, you probably
can't do that, no. Oh, no. They all my favorite children.
You said you ain't even gonna try.
They all favorite in a different way.
They're all favorite in a different way. That's a good way to say it. No, I only have one favorite. There's no different ways in anything about it. They know who it is. They all know. Yeah. That is hilarious, though. Yeah, if I had 5 girls, I probably wouldn't. I would. So I'm about to have a grandbaby.
Congrats.
Now this is gonna be a girl, and so now I got to see how I'm gonna rationalize it, because I think my princess, she's a little bit like, all right, now don't trip.
Yeah,
I'm still your girl. Like, and so it's gonna be fun navigating that. But yeah, are you grand?
Yes. I am a granddad. I got 2 granddaughters and 2 grandsons.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got a whole ship of grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference?
Okay, Faith, she is.
No, I'm saying, what's the difference between being a grandparent and a parent? Like,
oh, okay.
Which one?
Well, the grandkids, you don't have to do. You just do what you want to do with them because you're gonna send them to their parents. Like
right.
If they need to be disciplined, go see your mama.
Hey, you need to come get her.
Yeah, that's it. But for the most part, though, when I get to see my grandkids, between the time I'm here and not, it's always just fun time. I get them for fun time, so I don't ever get them for like
anything else.
Yeah, it's just always, I'm the fun person because I'm never here. I'm always gone.
Yeah. So when they see you, you can't be nothing. That's but fun.
Yeah,
it's time to bring the fun, Grandpa. So is that do they call you Grandpa, or what do they call you?
Papa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Pappy Heady.
Pappy Heady. There you go.
I couldn't be Grandpa. That don't even feel right.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to distinguish because they have 2.
Okay.
Parents.
Yeah.
And you got one that's gonna be calling you. I didn't know if I want to be Peepaw or Pawpaw.
Okay. Got you.
But now it's easier for her to say Pawpaw, so she might call her dad Pawpaw too. But as she gets older, she gonna probably say Pawpaw Bones or
Pawpaw, yeah.
You know
add
what
a little
I mean?
something to it, yeah.
But I call my grandpa Pawpaw.
Oh, okay. See, I call my grandpa.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. But I don't know if it's just now I'm starting to recognize that people have all these different grandparent names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I just thought you called me everybody grandpa and grandma.
I call my grandma.
You call your grandma, but like Bernie don't want to be called grandma. Like everybody's saying, "What's your name gonna be?" I'm like, grandpa. Like, but no, everybody has different names now.
I never call my grandpa. Hey, grandpa. I say, hey, Papa. I'm trying to.
You trying to see if it felt right? Hey, grandpa. No, that ain't it. Papa. Yeah, I sometimes call my dad Pops, but other than that, I've always called my grandpa and grandpa. Grandpa and grandma. It wasn't anything else.
Yeah. So, that's it. And then my great grandma, we called her Grandma Dorina. So.
Oh, okay.
So we gave her this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to distinguish between it. Yeah.
So it was Grandma and then Grandma Dorina.
Wow, yeah. The cool thing, like, my grandkid, like especially this one, she could actually have, we could be great grandparents, because Zell's had her so young,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, when she turns 20, I'll be 70.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
might be able to be a great.
Yeah. I may get it to the great. You know, if God tarries, because then I could be 90. God, I don't want to be around that long, okay? I'm just saying, these are just thoughts, you know. I don't want to be around till I'm 90. Well,
Unless 90 with good health.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless 90 and I'm still active, still hosting podcasts or something. I don't want to just be around here chilling, doing nothing. So, but yeah, no, I could be a great grandpa. That would be, you definitely could.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like pretty cool to think about, you know.
What would I be then? Would I be? Would they call me great grandpa? I don't think I've ever said great grandpa. I have because I don't know. I didn't get to meet my.
Yeah, so I had my great grandmother, but I'm trying to think what we call it. I don't know what we call. I can't remember what we called her.
But I know I called my great grandma. I called her Grandma Dorina.
Oh, you called her grandma? Yeah. So there wasn't no grade involved.
It was just Grandma Dorina.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's kind of wild to think about. I'm
gonna ask my mom. What did she?
For sure.
What did she call? I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, because I don't know. I never thought about it, to be honest with you. Never thought about it. What were some of your other favorite childhood memories growing up around here?
Childhood memories. Oh, walking everywhere. We walked everywhere. But Guthrie was, I believe that's the reason why we so close.
Yeah.
Because we always had to walk everywhere and we'd all meet up and walk to the same spot. But,
and play some sport. Like there was some sport that was going to be involved in it.
Yes.
Do you still do the coaching basketball? Well, I guess you can't.
No, I mean, I could, but I don't.
I was so mad. I was trying to get y'all to start teams in Guthrie. None of y'all to start a team in Guthrie.
Well, what was it? I tried to come to Guthrie for, let's see, who was it? Justin and Ed.
Oh yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah. Smith.
Yes.
Yes.
She was at the church right there.
Life Center, Southern Baptist.
Where they had the little basketball league that was over there.
Yeah.
And it's just that they was trying to get it up and going, a league or whatever the case may be, and it was just hard trying to get started.
Yeah.
It was really hard. Chris Evans, so I started a Super 16 All-Star, which we had several Guthrie kids participate in that.
Okay.
We had Jalen Shelf, we had Ania Morgan.
She's playing college ball.
I know. I seen.
Yeah.
Chris Evans' niece, she was one of our all stars. That was another. I can't think of her name, but she played with Ania, not Ania.
Ania. Yeah.
Yeah, she played with her.
Was it her cousin?
No.
There was another. Was she the same age?
Yeah, they're the same grade.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
I can't think of her name right now, but yeah, she was. And if I missed anyone else, but that we had some all stars from Guthrie.
Yeah.
Jalen Morgan. I can't forget him.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, there was 2 or 3 of those kids on that basketball team, just let's pass basketball team, that played. That was all stars.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a little. Me and Sean Love started a little Super 16 All-Star League where we go around and get all the top middle school kids to come and try to play, and we still doing it to this day. That was the closest thing I got to coming out of getting Guthrie recognized in their kids.
Gotcha.
But they got more teams now, from what I'm seeing. At least
from the one you started.
No, I've seen some little league. What's Sam Cliff?
Oh yeah.
He reached out to me a few times and was talking about getting some stuff started with some youth programs.
Yeah. You know what's really taking off is volleyball.
That's everywhere.
Yeah. I was going to say volleyball is just like, which, you know, we have some students here that play volleyball, so I go to some of the games. I'm like, volleyball ain't a bad sport to watch.
No, it's not.
Like, it's action. Like, there's just action, and I'm like, oh, I could watch volleyball.
Volleyball is like a when it comes to girl sports, they like to chant.
Yeah.
So it's like softball and basketball. It'd be like 10 people in the gym, but it's the loudest place you ever been to.
That is funny. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
They do like to chant. There is a chant in every. Yes, this is true. So the coaches have nothing to do with that. The student athletes just find themselves doing that.
And it'd be loud. If you go to a volleyball game and it's loud in there.
It is loud. You are so right. Oh my goodness, that's fun. Do any of your girls play volleyball? Did they ever?
They did play volleyball.
Okay.
They played in. My kids went to. It was like a private middle school.
Okay.
And they played volleyball there.
Where did they like did they like her, or was it just like something else to do?
It was. They got asked to play, so they.
Oh, okay.
So they tried it, and I always told them, I said, "Hey, you never know what you're good at if you don't try."
Right. Sound like your mama, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I knew that you were pretty, like, your girls, like, y'all were serious with that basketball.
Yeah,
you kind of like, what's his name? Did he graduate with y'all? Roland.
Oh, his son.
His kids, like, he's serious about his kids in basketball.
Yes.
Yeah.
His Rome and Rogie, Rome. I don't see much Rogie playing basketball, but Rogie's still good too. But Rome, he's a real deal. He's out there doing his thing now.
What grade is he in now?
He's either a junior or a senior.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I remember like him showing videos when they was like, where's he going to school at?
He's at Moore. Matter of fact, I'm going to go watch him play Friday.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go watch him play Friday.
Okay. Where's he playing at?
At Moore.
Oh, in Moore. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing against Putnam City, which I know some kids on the Putnam City side too. So,
is it supposed to be a good game, or is it just?
I just want to go support. I just like go when I go to a watch. It's like even when I watch college basketball, I watch it now because I know kids. Because I used to do a lot of that recruiting, or not recruiting, but scouting.
Okay.
And so I watch it because I got reason to watch it now. Like I didn't watch females basketball as much as I watch it now because of the kids that I know that are playing now, even in the WNBA, because of the kids I know that are playing now. It's if I was to ever get back into basketball, it's gonna be me going and doing the scouting.
Really?
Thing
Okay.
again. I don't think I want to do the coaching. It's the political side of parenting. Coaching is not for me anymore.
Yeah. Because the parents mess it up. We the parents mess up some stuff, man.
Yeah, I used to be that parent.
We will mess up the fun in a sport, man. It's ridiculous. So what was it when you got into coaching? Like, what was some of the things that you recognized right away? It's like, oh man, now I see what my coach saw.
Actually, I had to go back to my college coach to give me some insight
Okay.
on coaching. And then as I was coaching, I went to a lot of like other college coaches to give me insight on coaching. And it was every one of them come back to, you got to remember, these kids are not going to be as good as you are now. Mm-hmm. You wasn't that good when you was that age.
Right.
So you got to hone it back a little bit. You got to start back over and teach these kids how to go step to step. And that's what slowed me down because I was, did you not see them open over there? Right. I mean, like, why that one extra dribble? Why did you take that dribble? That was one dribble too late. I mean,
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
You're right.
But me, I knew that.
Yeah.
So you had to slow it down.
Because you learned it. You've already been through it. Yeah.
But I'm assuming that they should have known that without me having to tell them because I already knew it.
Yeah. Yeah. How long did it take for you to kind of really not do that? Like to let them just kind of be who they are at this age?
I had got to the point to where when you started teaching these kids how to play and they would get good and then they would go somewhere else. So then you had to start all over again. Then they would get good, then they would go somewhere else. And then you start all over again. So it got to me to where I felt like, okay, well, maybe this is my niche. So I never had the top team. I just had players that was really good at following instruction. And people would be like, well, how you get them to play with you? How you get them to play for you? When they come over here, they're not doing so. I was like, I put my kids in positions to where they would be good. Like, you got to get to know your player. Mm-hmm. Don't try to get that player to play how you want them to play. You play them the way that they play and highlight what's good for them. And you can't just, so whenever I had players, they would be good. They would be really good. They may be wild ones, but I would use substitutions. Or I would put them in a situation where they don't touch the ball all the time, but in a situation where they can be successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just little things like that. And it just took time for me studying other coaches. I use Coach Story. I'll use her as an example. She's a Seminole girls basketball coach right now up there at Junior College. Coach Douglas, El Reno. I watch and see what they're doing. Coach Mossman at Tulsa University. Well, she used to be at Tulsa University. And you just pay attention and watch them.
Yeah.
You don't always have to ask questions. You just watch and see what they're doing. I watched from the coach to the players to the assistant coaches. And it wasn't just, then I watched them play on the floor, see what they're doing. I would draw up plays, try to figure out how to beat their plays defensively. I studied the game.
Yeah. Who in your mind, greatest coach of all time, NBA?
NBA? Phil Jackson.
Okay. Why Phil?
Because he used philosophy. He could take a homeless man and probably make him one of the greatest players in the league because he understood what made that person better. Yeah. Like Jordan. He went to Jordan and told him, say, hey, all you got to do is give up 6 shots. Give up 6 shots and we're going to win us a national championship. Just simple things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I tell my girls, and this is a secret, but I tell my girls, I say, hey, all I need you to do is score 4 points a quarter. 4 points. That's 16 points. You're averaging 16 points a game. So all I need you to do is 4 points. The rest of that, I want you rebounding. I want you playing good defense, assisting, making everybody else around you better. All I need you to do is 4 points. Don't try to go out there and score 16 points in one quarter.
Yeah. Would you just tell scorers that, or is that how you kind of approach everybody?
I approach everybody, my players. So I would tell my players, my girls, I would tell them, I say, hey, so here's our mission. I want us to, and we would run in practice if we didn't meet this goal. Yeah. I said, as a team, I want us to have 18 assists. As a team, and then I tell my players, I said, I want you to have like 6 rebounds. Yeah. If you don't reach that, we're gonna run for every rebound that you short. Yeah. So it gave them incentive to play hard. That's my other secret. That's how I got girls to play for me. Yeah. I would give them an incentive, or not incentive. I would give them a consequence for if they didn't do so well. Gotcha. So that was how I got them all to play for me. I didn't pull their leg or do it.
You didn't do any of that.
Yeah, well, maybe with my own kids. Yeah.
Okay, this segment is called Top 5. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you 5 players, and you got to put them. One being the greatest, 5 being the least in this. So it's top 5, and once I give you the name, wherever you place them at, you can't move them.
Okay.
You got it?
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me put them down so I'll make sure I got them.
So, but while we playing this, where are they? In NBA, high school.
NBA. This is NBA.
Okay.
This is NBA. Okay. NBA. You just got to put where you would rank these people.
Okay.
Now remember, once you place them wherever 1 to 5, you can't move them.
Okay.
All right. LeBron James.
4.
Kobe Bryant.
2.
Allen Iverson.
Really? Really? Oh man. I'm put him at 3 then. Golly.
Okay. I just added this person because you mentioned Larry Bird.
Oh man. Well, he's. You know, I'm saving that one spot. And you probably won't even use them. That's a setup. That's a setup. Well, I put Bird at. I put him at my 5.
You gonna put him at 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. Wait, let me mark him.
Yeah, this is probably a classic setup for failure.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's gonna be my number 1. Iverson would have been my number 2 if you would have said.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Why would you thought I'd say Iverson?
Because Iverson, I had this debate, and it's actually on Facebook where we had this debate, and we was talking about Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan, and I told them, I said, Allen Iverson, in my book, is the greatest scoring guard ever in the NBA. 6 foot and scored on anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 foot at best. He may be 6. I mean, he's probably 6'1", but Allen Iverson was between him and Tracy McGrady.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think it was a clip I was watching, and I think Allen Iverson's talking to Michael Jordan, or he's telling a story about him talking to Michael Jordan, and he says, "I'm telling Michael Jordan, like, you're my favorite player ever." And Michael Jordan says, "If I'm your favorite player ever, why'd you cross me over?"
Yeah.
He said, "If I'm your favorite player ever, why'd you do me like that on the?" Allen Iverson was incredible.
Yes.
I mean, like, again, I don't know if it was because he was 6 foot, not 6'6". Like, what would he have been like 6'6"? I don't know. But I do know at 6 foot.
And he was dunking on anybody.
He was dunking on anybody, and he was carrying teams
Yes.
that should have not gotten to where they were.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think, too, like the young LeBron, like what he did with Cleveland.
No, don't get me wrong. LeBron is.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he was another one of those people who was like, they were carrying whole teams on their.
Before they started making stack teams.
Yeah. Before they started making stack teams, they were.
Yes.
They were carrying teams like, of course, Allen Iverson wasn't beating Jordan,
But
like
Iverson,
they weren't going to beat Jordan at that time. And
you
then
name who was around Iverson when he was playing for Philadelphia.
I don't know.
You had Eric's or Snow was his last name.
Snow, yeah, Eric Snow.
And
yeah.
then you had, was it Theo Ratliff?
Theo Ratliff.
Let's see. I'm trying to. Man, I might have to get my Google out.
Did he have a big white guy with him?
That I couldn't.
Let me see.
Yeah, what I'm just saying is
he wasn't.
That's why who did he have around him that you just like stood out? But Iverson was definitely. He would definitely be my greatest scoring guard. Well, I say that because you can back up and say Chris Jackson was one, and you had Stephon Marbury, and you had Chauncey Billups.
Penny Hardaway was.
Well, Penny, he was.
I mean, if he wouldn't
He
have got
didn't
hurt,
last that long. That's the reason why people don't talk about him.
I know, but if he wouldn't have got hurt, man,
Yes, him and
Penny was nasty.
Grant Hill,
Grant Hill,
Tracy McGrady. They all didn't have a long career because they was.
Tracy had a decent one though,
but
he was a little bit better than
he was hurt.
Yeah, but he was a little bit better than Penny and Grant. I'm saying like as far as their injuries go, like their careers, yeah.
But and another one that would have probably we wouldn't never know because he never got to play really was he's a commentator now, but he had that motorcycle accident. Jason Williams.
Oh, Jason Williams, yeah. Yeah.
He was pretty good too.
Yeah. No, he was, but you would never know because, man, Iverson is somebody that I just, I'm the use a basketball guy, so I can throw something like that.
Yeah. Allen Iverson, man, and he was, when he walked over daggum Tyronn Lue after he hit that shot and just like stepped over him, it's a classic moment, man. Iverson, like, you know who I am?
He was one of those guys too, though. I wish he would have if he would have just been a little bit more grounded as a person.
Well, he is now, but
then I'm saying like I think that would have helped his career as well.
But
he was just.
But his era, he had a whole bunch of good players. You had Cedric Sabalas. You had Latrell Sprewell. You had. I mean, it was. He had.
You had Shaq and Penny.
Yeah, Shaq and Penny. You had Kobe. Now
later, I mean,
Kobe between Kobe and Iverson, them two got to have the LeBron. They got to play the Jordan era. See, Kobe got to play Jordan, and he got to play LeBron.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. I don't know if Iverson did. I know Iverson played Jordan, but I don't know.
I don't think he played LeBron.
Okay, but see, that's how come.
But he got Jordan. He got Jordan and Kobe though. Iverson did.
Oh yes, he did. So that's why I was looking at like when people compare LeBron to Jordan, Kobe didn't shine Jordan, and LeBron didn't outshine Kobe. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like Kobe was in between both of them.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's good. Let me see what else we got on the list of goodness here. Man, what's something you grateful for right now in life?
Health.
You getting to that age where it's like health.
I'm my grandparent or my grandma tell me to this day I still do it. 1 a day Centrums. She had me taking them when I was in school, when I was in high school, and I still to this day take them.
1 day. What is that? A vitamin?
That's a vitamin.
Okay.
1 a day. Because she knew I wasn't gonna ever eat right. Because
she said, "At least do this."
Yeah.
At least do this. Yeah. So, what was your 89er parade spot?
I get it mixed up all the time because everybody laugh at me, but it's either right there. Is it the old Anthony's?
Anthony's.
Where the trolley, where the trolley, you know where the trolley pickup station used to be?
So you have Anthony's and then you had JCPenney's across the street.
Okay, and then you go down just right there in that area. Is that Oklahoma? Or is that,
Oklahoma. Yeah, that's Oklahoma. Yes. Yeah, you were right in there?
That's where we were.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I remember. But now we on the next block where they make around and come around.
Yeah, Harrison.
That's where we at now.
Yeah, Harrison and 2nd Street. Yeah. That's cool, man. Oh, I was meaning to ask you this. Your favorite athlete coming out of Guthrie America?
Oh, what we are? Yeah, I got two of them. That was Russell.
But we didn't record it.
Okay, Russell and Lamar.
Russell and Lamar. Yeah, you mentioned them, but you didn't say that's your favorite. Yeah. Two basketball players.
Yeah. Well, I can't forget Tap.
Oh,
I mean, he was always that guy.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elton. A lot of people might not know him as Tap.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for the people who would have known, they gonna know.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. So one of the things I always love to ask as we end is there a sign behind you, and you probably see them throughout Guthrie. They say choose Guthrie. What does choose Guthrie mean to you?
Well, Guthrie's home.
Yeah,
It's definitely home. Guthrie has a lot of memories. I never forget where I came from. So when I say choose Guthrie, you just know that you're coming into Guthrie because everybody's gonna take you in as family.
yeah,
That's the way it used to be. I don't know if it still is, but
yeah.
Guthrie is family. It takes
Yeah.
a village, and Guthrie is one.
For sure, for sure, man. Well, so thank you, man, for your time, man. Any last parting words?
I appreciate you having me on, and it's always good running into old friends.
Yeah.
And it's good to see you still in good health.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Man, I just appreciate everything.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being willing to jump on with me on the GuthrieAmerica podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for always hitting that play button to listen in on our latest episode. We're on a mission to have every story told of every individual, fabulous person who does life in Guthrie, America, who are from here. The question I always like to end with is, will yours be next?